निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। तीरावनचारी। जमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। जमुना तीरावनचारी। जमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jayo Radha Krishna Chandra Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe Jayo Gaurang Nitai Jayo Gaurang Nitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस अबाय चरण भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गोवर्धन की जय ब्रजभूमि मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय श्री द्वारका धाम की जय श्री गंगा यमुना माई की जय भक्ति देव तुलसी महारानी की जय समवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय श्री श्री निताई गौरंग की जय सेवियर द होल वर्ल्ड जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gaurang, all glories to Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, 3rd Canto, 12th chapter, text number 43. Vaikanasa Valakilyau Dambaraffena Pavane Nyase Kutichakah Purvam Bhavodo Amsa Nishkriyo Vaikanasa Valakilyau Dambaraffena Pavane Nyase Kutichakah Purvam Bhavodo Hamsa Nishkriyo Vaikanasa Valakilyau Dambaraffena Pavane Nyase Kutichakah Purvam Bhavodo Amsa Nishkriyo. Why it's not coming on the screen? Now it was coming by. come now? No. Nobody else is repeating. Word to word meaning, Vaikanasaha. The section of men who retire from active life and live on half-boiled meals. Valakilya. One who quits his former stock of grains on receipt of more. Audambaraha. One who lives on what he gets from the direction towards which he starts from rising from the bed. Penapaha. One who lives on the fruits which automatically fall from the tree. Vane. In the forest. Nyase. In the order of renunciation. Kuti chakaha. Life in the family without attachment. Purvam. In the beginning. Bhauhodaha. Giving up all material activities and engaging fully in transcendental service. Amsa. Fully engaged in transcendental knowledge. Nishkriyau. Stopping all kinds of activities. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Hesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The four divisions of retired life are the Vaikanasas, Valakilyas, Audambaras and Fenapas. The four divisions of the renowned order of life are the Kutichakas, Bauhodas, Hamsas and Nishkriyas. All these were manifested from Brahma. Please repeat the translation. The four divisions of retired life are the Vaikanasas, Valakilyas, Audambaras and Fenapas. The four divisions of the renowned order are the Kutichakas, Bauhodas, Amsas and Nishkriyas. All these were manifested from Brahma. Purport. The Varnashrama Dharma, or the institution of the four divisions and orders of social and spiritual life, is not a new invention of modern age, as proposed by the less intelligent. It is an institution established by Brahma from the beginning of creation. This is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 4.13, Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। वैकानसा बालकिल्यौ धुम्भारः फेनपावने न्यासे कुटीचकः पूर्वं भवदो अंसनिष्क्रियौ। So Lord Brahma's creation is being further explained here of how society was segregated, classified into different orders. The 4 divisions of retired life. Just like Varna and Ashrama, like in Ashrama also there is Brahmachari Ashram, there is Grihastha Ashram, there is Vanaprastha Ashram, there is Sannyas Ashram. Now further classifications are being mentioned here with respect to the retired life itself. That how further divisions are, it's being mentioned, Vaikanasas, Valakilyas, Haudambaras, Fenapas. And then within the renounced, somebody who has taken sannyas, within that also there are classifications. That is called Kutichakas, Bhavodas, Hamsas and Nishkriyas. Just like the initial first few years when somebody takes sannyas, they are called Kutichakas. Just like we say Bhakta is a Bhakta devotee. That means he's still young person, young devotee, very new to Krishna consciousness. So we call him Bhakta. Then we say initiated devotee, so little more. Then we say Brahmana devotee, Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Chandra Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga Ki. So similarly it is being mentioned. So we can see that this kind of structured positioning of different classes of people are part of the Vedic society. Today, this kind of classified, segregated society is completely absent. We are called as classless society. There is no any difference in classes. Say we say upper class, lower class. But everything has become totally classless. But even in today's society there is class, but there is selective classes. when I say selective classes, just like for example, you see, we have seen seminars of how to establish a classless society. Sometimes people talk about it. The world should be classless society. Matlab, classless society, what does it mean? Classless society means nobody should have some higher position in society. They should not be seen as somebody who is in a higher position. Everybody should be seen equally. And the seminar of doing this classless society is held in a 5-star hotel. 5-star hotel means what? When you say 5-star, it means you are creating a class. When you say 3-star, you are creating a class. When you say 2-star, there is a class associated with that. When you say, as soon as you tell, ye to 2-star hotel hai, then you have a conception. Okay, 2-star hotel means it will be this kind of, this type of a place. And as soon as somebody says, oh, it's a 3-star hotel, immediately your mind, it knows what a 3-star hotel standards are. And as soon as I say 5-star, immediately there is an idea of what 5-star is. So nobody can take away classes. It is part of our existence. Just like, for example, when you say, he is a rank holder. He is a distinction holder. He is a first class holder. He is a second class passed out person. He is a third class passed out person. He is a failed person. It is natural to classify. How can you say it is wrong to say, supposing somebody, he has got less than 35%, which means he is a failed candidate, and somebody who has got 80%, then we say he is a distinction holder. So a person who has secured 80% and a person who has secured 35%, as human beings they are the same, no doubt about it. But in terms of their quality of achievement in the subject in which they have learnt, there is a difference, right? That is why one person has got 80%, one person has 35%. So it is not wrong to say that this person is 80% distinction caliber and this person right now is in the failed caliber. Because that is a matter of fact, that is the reality. To tell reality is not embarrassing. One has to tell reality on the face. Now, it is but obvious, somebody who is failed, when we tell that person, oh, you are a failed person, and when we tell another person, you are a distinction person, obviously the failed person, what does he feel? Oh, you called me failed. But is it wrong to call somebody failed because he is really failed? We can sugarcoat it. We can sugarcoat it and say, okay, you failed this time, but don't worry. You played too much. You didn't concentrate on your education. So prepare yourself and raise your level of studies so that you in your next attempt you can become better. Now, part of our existence is in this material world. There will always be these kind of differences because each human being is different. Each human being comes in with their own baggages. When I say with their own baggages, what does it mean? With their own karmic bijas, effects. So when somebody comes with their own karmic bijas, similarity in personalities cannot be established. In the material personalities cannot be established because we are all dissimilar people. Just like, for example, somebody is singing. Besura singing. But when somebody says it's not, सुर में नहीं गा रहा है भाई, he becomes angry. Right? But it's a fact, no? Or somebody who doesn't have a voice at all to sing, he cannot sing. So if somebody says you cannot sing, how can you cannot be upset for that. You have to accept that, yes, I don't have the karmic ability to do that. So, but human beings generally are rebellious. No. So actually, this rebellious nature of human society is the cause of misfortune for both that individual as well as to society. So then there has to be an administrator. Because if administrator is not there, then it is very dangerous situation. Because it becomes might is right. Anybody who is strong and who can be forceful will take over and ensure that others who have ability also will be bullied into submission. And that's not good. Just like somebody who has scored 80%, and another person has scored 35%. But if that 35% fellow, just because if he tries to force and take over the position of the 80% person, then it is not a good situation. Society cannot be run like that. So Varnashrama society, many times when people say we will not accept, this is bogus, you're trying to clear class, we want to make it a classless society. Basically the essence of that argument sometimes is what? Is even if I don't deserve, I need to get it. Varnashrama society means what? Varnashrama society means creating a structured way in which deserving person gets the deserving, not even he gets, the right person plays the right role. The idea of Varnashrama society is to create a system where the right person plays the right role. That's all. Just like a carpenter. Carpenter means he is good at carpentry, so let him do carpentry. Carpenter cannot say, I will do surgery. What will happen to society? Will you allow your father and mother to a carpenter just because he has put a white coat and got a stethoscope on his neck? चलो तू कर ले भाई, वैसे भी तू जो है आरी चलाते हो, चलाओ आरी on my father. Because after all, what? Have you seen somebody? I have seen once neurosurgery. They are using axo blade to cut the skull. I was shocked. My God. The typical axo blade which we use in the carpentry for cutting wood or cutting metal, the same thing he is using in the head to cut the skull. No carpenter will, अरे मैं उस्ताद हूँ भाई आरी का. I use axo blade very well. I'll cut the brain so nicely. In fact, long time back, somebody whom I knew and met with an accident, and he wanted, that person had to have a brain surgery. So the doctor said, urgently call a barber. I was thinking, what is it urgently? He is in the ICU. Barber way, because you have to do shave, no? Before the surgery of the head, they shave the head. So the barber came, cut, he shaved, and then immediately, chuck, one cut. And they are having exactly knives, like a carpentry tools. But carpenter is not going to do. He is a trained surgeon. Of course, nowadays surgical tools have evolved multifold. But in the olden days, they used to use all these kind of things only, even for, they used to sterilize these kind of cutting tools and cut the body. Nowadays, of course, electronics engineering has come into picture, so better quality of tools have come into play. So, Varnashrama society in modern context, because people in current times, the nature of Kali Yuga is people are more and more and more rebellious. They cannot accept their current position, nothing. They want everything. Just like you can see the younger society, as we are seeing, to what compared to the older society. Older people, just like 50, 60 years people, old 60 years back, to come to a position, they used to wait, they used to struggle. To secure positions in offices, 15, 20 years, 30 years they work. And then they get the position as a manager by experience, by working. Like that they get a position. But today, they just want tuck, everything. Oh! The other day, somebody was telling me this, that in Bhilai steel plant, there was a young group of MBA graduates, and they had gone to visit Bhilai steel plant, an industrial tour, just to go and see everything. So then these youngsters, they're just in final year of MBA thing. So they're all nice shirt, nice tie, everything, how they are. So with nicely dressed, they went there. And then they were visiting all the different sections of BSP. So then they went to one particular place, and then there they saw one man, one really broken table, and he is sitting there, and one small desktop is there, he is working, entering something. Dust, sound, everything is there. So then somebody asked some student, this man, that where did you study, where are you from? Generally we ask, no, where are you, where out are you? No. So that man said, I studied from IIT, and then I am working here last 5 years. The students, everybody who came, no, they were zapped. Because the student thought, now we will finish MBA, and then we will get into big companies, and the company will give us nice cabin, nice AC room, nice things to sit and work. So now it is reality time. Reality time is you will pass out, you will enter, and then you will sit here like this and work. That is the reality of life. So when society is structured, there is a purpose to that structure. It cannot be arbitrary. It cannot be I'll do whatever I want to do. No. You'll have to wait. Sabr ka phal meeta hota hai. You have to wait for your turn. When that fruit is nicely ripened, it will automatically become tasty. But in our trying to forcefully take something, and if you pluck the mango in its raw state and try to, oh, mango, I want mango, and then you pluck it off, means if it is not properly ripened, then that same mango which would have been very tasty will be very, very bad in taste. So, Varnashrama society means what? Varnashrama society means it is how human beings, both materially and spiritually, can gradually elevate themselves from one point to another point. And that is very, 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 very much required. It is very important. Otherwise, we will create chaos in society. If all over-ambitious group of people starts, then it becomes law of the jungle. Human society cannot be run like animal society. Human society means there has to be order, there has to be discipline. All these factors play a big role in trying to manage. So, the classifications, what Brahma, in Bhagavatam, why this is being mentioned? In the Bhagavatam, why these aspects are being, because it's a very important aspect. Human beings' behavior, nature is like that. They want to get things very fast. We have seen even in ashram, temple, some devotees won't listen. When we tell, don't do this, no Prabhu, I want to do this only. Now only I want to do this. You wait, no. No, I will not wait. That's not an acceptable behavior at all. We have to wait. For some people, it may be immediate. No, you gave yes, he is ready for it. You are not ready for it. What can be done? Because, and by philosophy we understand. No, each person comes with his own karmas. So you cannot have the yardstick that why he got it fast or why I didn't get it fast, why he got it at some other time. We are all different people. We are all come with different karmas. Who gets what, when. And as from the spiritual perspective, we should always think, no, it doesn't matter. No, I am able to chant my Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. After all, that is what has motivated me to come to the temple. Not all these other things. What happens is, Maya is so powerful, we only see the other things and we forget what we are originally here for. And that's material conditioning. The problem with material conditioning. But by knowledge, by proper discrimination, we must act appropriately. If we don't act appropriately, then we fall into bigger and bigger miseries. Whether it is in the external world as a working professional or within the temple community also. We must be very vigilant, introspective in properly discriminating our behavior. So, the reason for criticism of Varnashrama Dharma, largely, there may, see, any system that you create will not be perfect. There will always be instances where a system is abused or some discrepancy has come into the system. Yes. But a bad system is better than no system. At least there is a system, there is a place to go to if something is happening. So we cannot belittle a system just by some lacuna here and there. We have to correct those lacunas and still work within that system. That is the best possible way in which we can function. one to break the system and create something of his own, we must also think whether I am empowered, I do have the ability to do all those things. It's not an easy thing to do. Only very powerful personalities can do all such kind of things. We'll have to work within the system. So, criticism of Varnashrama Dharma, as what we see in current times, is basically done largely by the basic fault of human beings, which is envy. When we see that somebody is above us and I am not equal to him, then what we generally don't see is our abilities. What we see is why he is there above me. So we become envious, and then we criticize the whole system, everything. Just like there is a saying, there is medicine for all diseases, but there is no medicine for jealousy and envy. Really, there is no medicine. And this envy and jealousy is the root cause of our downfall. From envy and jealousy, everything follows. Our path to disaster is envy and jealousy. Just like Duryodhana, everything he had, but he was always envious and jealous of the Pandavas. From childhood he is saying, hey, these fellows are one step above me. Whether in their abilities, everything, but always is, irritated with that abilities and strength of the Pandavas. Although they were not doing anything with that. But somehow in his mind he was always upset with that. You see, all characters are like that. Kamsa, oh, why this Krishna is there? Why is God there? Ravana's mentality. Hiranyakashipu's mentality. All envious characters. Shishupala's character. Jarasandha's character. All, if you see all asuras, they were mainly envious. So to overcome envy means what? How to give up envy? We need to become simple. The opposite of envy is simplicity. To become very saral. Be happy with what you have. It's a very important, simple statement people make, but it has great potential to bring in sanity in our life. It's real wisdom. Real wisdom. The quality of a devotee, the real quality of a devotee is understood by how his reaction to XYZ situation is, how he reacts. Will it be a upset reaction, or will it apply the Krishna conscious philosophy and then react. So to react in the best possible way, you must have deep spiritual maturity. So, like for example, when they are saying these divisions, they are classifying people on what kind of levels each person is. It's very complex how to understand levels. To classify somebody is this level, somebody is that level, not easy. Because what you say, what you portray, externally, internally, what you are, nobody will know all these things. So, to society to be structured like that is not easy. But it has to be done like that. So, Lord Brahma is, it's a very important aspect that is very much required for the proper governance of society per se. That's why it is mentioned in the Bhagvatam as a topic to be discussed and understood. In fact, Srila Prabhupada, during the last stages of his life, constantly talked about Varnashrama Dharma. He said, we have to establish Varnashrama Dharma in our society very much, very fast. Because you see how ISKCON and our Krishna conscious movement, when it started, Prabhupada, hippies from the streets, Prabhupada used to pick up and then get them in the temple, shave the head and ask them to do service, and they have become leaders also. Just like for example, say in our temple, if somebody has to join, there's a lot of time that that devotee has to pass through. It just cannot happen just like that suddenly. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. There's a waiting period. So he's observed how much he's following, whether he's chanting, whether he's following the regulative principles, whether will he be able to surrender to Krishna. And then we take. Just imagine during Prabhupada's time. Prabhupada's time, 1965, Prabhupada went. 66, 1 year Prabhupada didn't do anything, or Prabhupada could not achieve any significant progress in what he went for. But in 1966, suddenly Prabhupada went to the Manhattan, and then the matchless gift store was converted into a temple, and then from the streets hippies started coming, and then Prabhupada took those hippies into the movement, shaved them, gave them the books, gave them Harinam Diksha, gave them Brahmanal Diksha. Prabhupada established deities into the temple and then made them worship. Prabhupada afterwards sent them to America, sent them to London, sent them to Africa, continents after continents. So many things Prabhupada did. But then Prabhupada had an urgent mission. It was so immediate for Srila Prabhupada to establish Krishna consciousness, but Prabhupada sacrificed all these rules and regulations, everything, and then just allowed everybody to come in and take the books and distribute it all over the world. Establish a mission first. And once that target is achieved, Prabhupada says, no, now we should not do like that. Now we should check, balance, who is doing what, how much he is doing, all this has to be done. Like for example, today we can't, we don't do all such kind of things. Today if anybody newly comes, oh, come on, you become this one, that one. You can't do all that. We won't do all such things. Some devotee who is, not mature, can say, oh, Prabhupada did like this, why are you saying? not like that. That's why Prabhupada, when he saw during the end of his life that how many of, even in our own society, devotees are not trained, devotees are behaving very loosely, Prabhupada constantly stressed we should establish Varnashrama society. Otherwise, society, in modern society, like, in the outside world, every upstart becomes a leader. So even here, it becomes a society of upstarts. With a society of upstarts, you cannot have proper value systems, proper spiritual practice. No. These are things that, sometimes devotees unknowingly act like that. So, but there has to be an authority who recognizes, oh, this guy is acting like that, and he has to be put down. The leadership has to be, if the strong leader is gone, suddenly everything will start collapsing, everybody will start doing anything and everything. No. Strong leadership is a must. That leader himself must be a capable person. He must be spiritually strong. Then only he can command. Varnashrama society is about strong leaderships. It is to establish, recognize who, okay, this guy is strong. This guy has the ability to command. Because he not only does it himself, and then by doing it himself, he is able to also tell others how to behave and act. All these different aspects are very much required for the proper upkeep and running of society, whether it is a material organization or a spiritual organization. We don't want a chaotic society. We want a very, very balanced, systematic run organization. Varnashrama Dharma, Varnashrama society means its aim is to create a very balanced society. So that is why Srimad Bhagvatam discusses about such kind of, it's a managerial subject, management subject. So this kind of management subject is also part of Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll stop here if there's any question, comments. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada